I got a surprise for you guys. We're now actually connected with the man himself, who's taking the time out of his afternoon to chat with us, Mark O'Dea. Hey, Mark, good afternoon.
Hey guys,
Salamat sore, Mark.
I can't believe you just said that about the nasi goreng. Now I'm going to get cancelled in Malaysia. Thank you for exposing
It's okay, then you can come to Indonesia. We're open doors for you anytime.
So let's talk a little bit about these videos that you create. Where did you get the idea to make these, Malaysian/Indonesian and Singapore-related content?
Well, I've always been into performing since I was young. So I started off doing musical theatre. So I was in a few West End shows in London. And then I moved to Malaysia to be in this boy band. And then I turned into a TV host. And then at that time, I realised content creation was getting really, really strong. Everyone was on their phones. So I thought, I want to make more videos. I want to, be my own boss and create stuff that, I have the last say in. And I just love it. It's really fun. I love posting a video and making someone's day and entertaining somebody. So that's what keeps me making videos, basically.
Wow.
Awesome.
I mean, you own the triple threats in performing arts, and you choose to have, contents that can actually make people happy to see, and it's fun also. But you have seen Indonesia, so what do you think the best things of Indonesia that you can make joke with? I mean, yeah, if you have any.
Okay, well, I met this one content creator called North Fried Banana. He lives in Canggu, Bali, and I came across his videos, and he makes fun of English people, and we've collaborated quite a lot. So that's why I love social media, because it can connect you with people from around the world and you can collaborate. Indonesia, I think definitely the food, because I mean, come on, there is this rivalry between Malaysia and Indonesia with food.
Yeah,
So because I'm neutral, because I'm not Malaysian or Indonesian, I'd always like to.
You're Britain.
Say something.
You're British.
It's quite funny for me, but there's always a little bit of fighting in the comments, which is quite entertaining.
Right. So how do you keep that? Because of course you want to, you want to create a content that can go viral in a way. Of course, you're kind of, making jokes here and there and whatnot. But what would be the red lining for you that that you cannot cross that line?
Okay, you cannot talk about religion.
Okay.
Definitely not, because that's you cannot do that. I think you're allowed to push on the border with certain things you say, but you also have to be careful because it is 2023 and people nowadays can get quite offended quite a lot. So you have to always be a little bit careful with what you post. As long as you're not attacking somebody personally, I think it's okay. And as long as a content creator, if you are the butt of the joke, I think it's okay as well. But then again, you can never tell because everybody views content in different ways, and that's the beauty of content creation, I think.
That's true. It allows you to be creative. However, when you are being creative, sometimes you can infringe on certain people's feelings. Have you ever had experiences like that? I mean, all of this is meant to be, for a good laugh, but some people don't have a great sense of humor. Have you had experiences where sometimes people could lash out at you for something that you've done or created?
Oh, all the time, because I'm very sarcastic. So I think
some people don't get it.
Some people they don't understand the sarcasm. But most of the time, I would say 97% of the comments are always very positive, and that's what inspires me to keep making content.
That's great.
Right. I mean, in Southeast Asia, sometimes they don't understand the sarcasm.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially like British humor is quite dry. So some Indonesians.
I get what he says. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
So for example, I went to a fish and chip restaurant in a beach in Malaysia, and I took a picture of the menu, and it said fish and chips, and I posted the picture and I said, can't wait to try all the local food here in Langkawi. And I got attacked by some comments because I was just making a sarcastic joke. And somebody said, that's disrespectful to our food. And I was like, it's a joke. But you've got to be careful sometimes.
Yeah.
So, Maybe
was
I'll
quite
try
funny,
that in
though.
Jakarta.
Yeah.
That was quite
It's
funny.
extra funny because he's English, right?
Yeah, fish and chips. Yeah.
Relationships. All right. Now, I thought you came to Malaysia for a boy band thing, and you ended up, you know,
Yes.
staying for 5 years there.
Oh, I've been in Malaysia for 10 years now.
Oh, 10 years.
10 years
Wow.
already.
Wow. So is this
Yeah,
basically your
banyak kali.
permanent
So-
home?
Yes, it is. I mean, I go back to UK 3 times a year, but I love Malaysia. I don't just love Malaysia. I love Southeast Asia because as a Brit, we hate the rain, we hate the cold, and I think you know having the freedom to go to somewhere like Bali or Vietnam, it's really nice to go on the beaches and see some nice cultures around Southeast Asia. So I absolutely love it here.
Well, the one thing we have in common with the UK is the rain. At least we
Yes.
both have that. In fact,
Nowadays,
it's raining right now outside of our studio. So, Mark, we also heard that you're an actor. You're in a movie, Pulau. This is a horror
Yes.
movie that is also
Yes.
going to be screened here in Indonesia.
Oh.
Tell us a bit about it. Are you the funny guy in it? What's your role?
Yes, so in Pulau, I have a role in the movie. It's a very interesting movie. The great thing about this movie is the cast is really diverse. So usually in Malaysia, you'll either have like a full Malay movie, a full Chinese movie, or a full Indian movie. And I think the cast is really multicultural, which I think is a really great thing because hopefully more movies can be like that in the future. It's a horror movie. I don't want to spoil too much,
Okay.
but it's shot beautifully. You've got everything. You've got all the ghosts. You've got suspense, horror. You've got love.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of ghosts. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on Indonesian TV, but I'm fascinated by all the different ghosts that you guys have. Like
Yes.
Indonesian
Okay.
We have a lot of
You
them.
have.
Yes.
ghosts. Yeah, I can name like a lot, and I find it really interesting because as a Brit, if you told somebody about like a toyol, for example, they wouldn't believe you
toyol.
because when you describe that kind of ghost,
Yeah.
it sounds really strange.
Yeah.
So for me, I love researching about all these different kind of ghosts.
And myths and whatnot. I mean, it's good that you're
Yes.
loving the Southeast Asia's region kind of ghost. Hopefully you love more than that. You love the food, you love the cultures and whatnot. Please tell us, how did you adapt? I mean, you were living in 10 years now. If we're asking you about it right now, of course you're adapt to it. But when you came to Malaysia, how did you adapt with the people, with the food, with the weather, with the climate, with the culture,
With the sarcasm.
and the Big Bang and whatnot? Yeah.
Yes.
I think the food at first was very spicy. Still to this day, it's very, very spicy. Even in Indonesia, well, Indonesia might be even spicier actually.
Pedas ya, Pak, Cik?
But it's
Pedas.
yeah.
Sikit-sikit lah.
For us Matsalays, in what do you call it? What do you call us in Indonesia? Is it buto or something?
What? Sorry?
Bule.
What's the
Bule.
name?
Bule. We call you Bule.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it means foreigner.
Bule, yes. For us
Bule,
bules, it's very spicy. Your definition of spicy is very different to English spicy.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
Correct.
Your spicy is like a 10 out of 10 in our spice. So that was one thing that was strange. And I think also the weather, I absolutely love it because although it's unpredictable, it's much better than being cold all the time in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think the difference with spicy, the way, because I can relate, because when I first moved to Indo,
Yeah.
I had problems adapting.
Yeah.
What we define as spicy in Canada is like a peppery spicy.
no.
Tabasco.
Here-
like-
Tabasco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here it's like rip out my tongue spicy.
True. All right,
yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, it's like how can you enjoy this food? It's
You can only taste the
put in my
spice.
mouth.
Yeah.
How is
Spiciness
How
to
is
it.
this an enjoyment?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Mark, we are currently in the month of Ramadan, and as a foreigner living in a Muslim-majority Malaysia,
Yeah.
what is your take on the harmony of
Yeah.
Ramadan in Malaysia? And do you also do things differently during the month of Ramadan, especially like when you eat out, for example, before the iftar time?
Yep. I love festivals. In Malaysia, we have Deepavali, Chinese New Year, and Hari Raya. I've got lots of friends, Malay, Chinese, Indian. So it's fantastic for festivals because you get to embrace everybody's culture. I'm not a Muslim, but I still respect my Muslim friends. So if I'm shooting with one of my Muslim friends, maybe I won't drink my water in front of them and just show a bit of respect. But I think most people in Malaysia, they respect everyone's religion, and that's what I love about not just Malaysia, Southeast Asia, because there are so many different cultures and religions and festivals happening, and everybody embraces it. You might have a few people saying some things to cause disharmony, but honestly, majority of the country is really multicultural and they respect everyone. So yeah, I love Hari Raya.
Very well said. Anyways, Marka, we know that actually right now in London, in Piccadilly, there's going to be a Ramadan Mubarak weather and
That's
lightings
right.
and whatnot. So, it's already transcend now in your area and your hometown too. So thank you for that. All right, so we're going to come back to you a little bit later, Mark. We're going to take a short break right now. But when we return, Mark O'Dea is still going to be right here in our See the Stories. So don't go anywhere.